This is News Uncuffed. Mr. Tariq Nasheed and his staff held a Foundational Black Expo in Dallas, Texas. It was a great success, but something happened that was taken care of, but I want to touch real briefly and I won't go too deep. But one thing is for sure, I'm going to get right to it. An individual, he was a Hispanic male, made entry inside that building and he had a duffel bag of some sort. It was a little confusion, but the only way they were able to get this gentleman out was a bystander or someone within the facility who was not a part of the security team had to escort this man out. Now, the major concern about that is this. First of all, you don't want to have anybody but the security who's inside a location to deal with any kind of threat and to remove that threat. That didn't happen, but that's okay. The things went very well. Second important thing that cannot happen again is that when you have security inside of a building, you must have security located in certain positions inside of the building. Is very important. Now, this is where I come in to help individuals, businesses, or anything to where there's people that's going to be of a mass crowd inside or outside of a building with my consulting firm. But I want to tell you this also. Now, this individual who made entry, he wanted to have access or communicate and take pictures, quote unquote, with Rizza Islam. Now, this individual is highly successful and he's been doing a lot of great things for the foundational black people and people in general all over the world. And I don't know why he wanted to have access with Rizza Islam, but nonetheless, this individual was removed from the location, but not by security. The another important thing that you want to do, any kind of breach or you have question of an individual who's suspicious inside of a building, you want to make sure, especially on this individual, it was enough to detain him if they had police. If they didn't have police, you had security to hold this individual and get the name of the individual, because it seems as if this Hispanic male is all we know. We don't know his background. We don't know his criminal background. We don't know his intentions. We don't have any information on this individual who tried to have access and cause a problem within that building. And he needs to know, we need to know who he is, identify him, know where he come from. Is he a part of that city? Did he fly in? Is he a part of some organization? Why was he in that building? And why did he leave and no one knows who he is, to prevent something like this from happening? But I'll end right there. But for sure, I want you to just pay attention real quick and listen to some of the things that Mr. Tariq said about this individual, and we'll go from there very briefly.
There was some weird stuff happening behind the scenes. There was a situation where, and because I was kind of going, I was all over the place. I was going back and forth from the hotel to the venue. The venue was right across the street from the hotel. I mean, right around the corner from the hotel. So I was just kind of handling business back and forth. And when I got back to the venue, somebody told me that is Arden Plumbing in here, by the way? Arden Plumbing, are you in here, brother? My man, shout out to Arden Plumbing. He's out there in Dallas. Real good, solid brother, man. Shout out to Arden Plumbing. That brother who owns Arden Plumbing. Arden, you in here, brother? Because I've heard different variations of something weird that happened. Nothing major, but just some kind of weird that got nipped in the bud very quickly. There was some Hispanic dude who came in there with like a briefcase or a duffel bag. I keep hearing different versions of it. Some people said he had a duffel bag. Somebody said he had a briefcase, and nobody know how he got in. He got in somehow, and people kind of, he came in looking for Reza. Told me, yeah, I'm looking for Reza. I'm going to take a picture with Reza. He had like a duffel bag or some shit, and nobody knew how this guy got in. But he got stopped early. Nobody let this guy get past nothing, from what I understand. I want to see if Arden is in here, because I've heard different variations from the staff of what happened. Yeah, some dude came in there with a duffel bag looking for Reza. So I think Ola and those guys moved Reza to another dressing room upstairs somewhere. And they got that dude the hell up out of there real quick. And I think Ola told me it was Arden Plumbing who got him up out of there. So I want to see if he's in here. He just seems suspicious, and I think that they were trying to check in. Swarthy nerds, you saw him? Yeah, when they told me this after the fact, I'm like, whoa, shit, what the hell? And they were like, no, everything is good. We got him out of there. I'm like, man. I said, nigga, I said, yo, if anything like that happened, y'all call me immediately so I can, But yeah. He was dealt with real quick. I don't think he did anything, but just there was a suspicious thing there. So I guess cats didn't want to risk it. Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, I don't think he did anything, but there was just something that was suspicious about the guy, so they nipped it in the bud real quick. We weren't really playing that kind of game like that up there. But yeah, they said the guy had a duffel bag or some shit. I'm like, whoa. Oh, you were there? He was acting like he was Reese's friend? He said he was a fan but didn't have no ticket. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I know the sisters in the front kind of, stopped him. Yeah, I think he tried to act like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting different versions of what happened. Yes, we should have packed him out. But whatever it was, he got in there and raised everybody's antennas, and they got his ass up out of there real fast. Yeah, and I'm glad y'all got him before I got his ass. Because when I heard about it, I'm like, oh, shoot, man, where in the hell is this nigga now? But yeah, they nipped that in the bud before it got up to different levels. But yeah, that was weird. Some dude coming in there with a duffel bag pretending that he knew Reza. And he wanted to holler at Reza and take a picture with him and all this old nonsense. But for what I understand, I think Arden Plumbing was the one who kind of wrangled him up out of there real quick. One who looked like somebody asked you about Reza too, CJ? So some of y'all saw this guy. Wow, some of the other people saw this guy. He had a camera on him. Man. Yeah, but it didn't become a thing. It wasn't about to be a thing. We had everything was real tight up in there. I don't even know. I don't know how he got in. I think he was trying to get. I don't know what the vibe was, but he didn't have a ticket, and he was trying to waltz up in there. And he got up out of there. Or they got him out of there, rather. So he would have snatched and checked his bag. Yeah. What the hell are you doing with a bag going up in there? So yeah, it is what it is. It's all good.
As things get bigger each year, we want to make sure something like this never happens again, and you just don't want to have the safety of your guests who are giving presentations, etc., inside of a building. You want to make sure that the people who are inside that building are just as safe, and you have people in place that can respond to any threat or problem immediately. That's going to be a part of the security team, where the security team is not focused more on the different aspects of one individual in different rooms or who's giving the presentations, as Brother Ben X and other great men and women who were there. But you want to make sure that the safety and the overall idea of safety for all persons inside that building is safe.